You know, I talked about it last week. One of our very own from I Worship, Kenya Collier, released her book, The Courage to Grieve, and she actually happens to be a client of mine, so it's just been a very beautiful thing to be able to experience that. But one of the beautiful things is that the Bible says to be ye also ready. Isn't that what it says? We are called to be ready, and I had the opportunity to meet the beautiful Miss June Smith, who is the author of the book Reflection of No One. And I had to take the moment. Y'all, I had to go steal a room. You guys know I will steal everything. I will steal electric from my phone to record, but I stole a room here at the Palace in New Jersey to be able to interview Miss June, who you found your birth family after 60 some years. So I'm excited to talk to you about your book. So Miss June, first of all, thank you so much for joining me today on my show.
Thank you for taking this time. I really appreciate it.
Well, I'm really excited to meet you, and I feel like, you know, we've crossed paths a few times today,
Right.
and you're just such a sweet spirit. So I think it was such a beautiful thing to find out that, hey, you have a book.
Yes,
And so you wrote the book Reflection of No One. So
Yes.
talk to us about your book Reflection of No One.
I wrote Reflection of No One in 2015 in search of finding my biological family. I grew up in South Philadelphia, so I talk a lot about being, growing up in South Philadelphia, growing up different because I'm biracial. So back in that era, it just
What was that like?
it was hard. I was different than my peers.
Yeah.
I looked different, color-wise, hair-wise, and I was given away at 6 days old.
Wow.
I was given away out of the hospital, from what I'm told, and a black family raised me, and that's pretty much what the book is about. I wrote the book in hopes of maybe some of my biological family, which is Italian, would read the book and maybe know the story. So I worked at a university in Philly, LaSalle University, for about 18 years. And, during my course of my time there, I ran across a lot of students coming and going. And one of the students there, she became a publisher by the name of Nicole Gay. She now is a professor at Cheney.
Nice.
And Nicole helped me publish the book, and she did my book cover and everything, and my book came out, and I put it on Amazon, and it did really well. And then another student heard I wrote the book, and she studied abroad, and she became a journalist, and she went to California, started working under Oprah a little bit.
Nice.
Became a casting director. Called me up and said, Miss June, I'm gonna help you find your family. I'm getting ready to produce a show called Genealogy Roadshow for public TV.
Oh,
It's in the
wow.
7th season. Have you ever heard of it? I said, yeah. She said, I'm gonna send you DNA. I want you to come on. And this is how they found my family.
So let's dial it back for just a moment. So you said you grew up knowing that you were different. When did you discover that you were actually adopted, and what was that like to
At
discover?
16.
16.
Even though, like I say in my book, I've always felt something was different. I always felt something was missing. I just can't explain it. Sometimes when my mom would hug me, I would just feel different in my stomach. I mean, don't get me wrong, they was the best parents.
Yeah.
To me, I could have ever asked for. God bless me. And I was favored.
So did they have a conversation with you?
They did have a conversation. Well, I heard it through the neighborhood.
Oh.
People talking. So I went home one day and I asked her, and she got very angry. Not angry.
Yeah.
Maybe not angry. She was kind of like wondering. Conversation. Well, I heard it through the neighborhood.
Oh.
People talking. So I went home one day and I asked her, and she got very angry. Not angry.
Yeah.
Maybe not angry. She was kind of like wondering what was I talking about, because I said to her, I said, Mama, you keeping something from me?
Yeah.
She just looked at me, what are you talking about? Going outside and play or something, she ignored it. The next morning I was getting ready for school, and her and my dad, they had twin beds, and she called me upstairs to get my lunch money, and That's what she said. What if we told you we want your, mom and dad?
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, you're not going to tell me that. And she said, well, we're not. Yeah, I was devastated.
Wow.
Then to hear that it was a white woman was, I think, a little bit more devastating to me than anything.
So you're Italian and African American.
Italian and black.
And did you ever discover the story behind why you were put up for adoption?
Yes. Well, after I met my the Italian side, and my mom, the birth mother had passed in 1998, so I didn't get a chance to meet her, but I did meet some sisters. And that's when they told me apparently she was married to a white guy, and she had affairs. But little did I know is that it was more of us. I wasn't just the only one. So a couple years after the book came out, I was contacted through Facebook by a girl in California who says she think I'm her dad's sister.
Wow.
Well, make a long story short, we talked. She sent a picture, and the guy looked just like me in a mustache.
Wow.
And come to find out, here my birth mother, had a son. And then just this year passed, I was still on Ancestry, and it told me I had a match. I'm like, okay, well, we go on and look, and I see this name, and I'm like, oh, I don't know this name. So I emailed the girl and the woman, and she emailed me back. Let's talk. We talked. Here, I had a sister, and we look just alike. And we're so close. And Sigrid, I tried to call you because I wanted you to be in on this. Me and her are together with a lot of this. And through Sigrid, the New York Times was doing a feature on DNA. And Sigrid, a friend of a friend of a friend, knew the columnist, the person that was writing the column.
Yeah. The reporter.
The reporter.
Yes, ma'am.
And she put her in touch with Sigrid, and they took a DNA. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have never found each other. But this is how we found each other. So the article came out in 2018 on November 18th, and it's a very big article. And
in the New York Times.
In the New York Times. Yeah,
wow.
What an honor, right? Yeah. So now, we're trying to look at getting it put out there on stage or in a documentary or something like that now.
So, Miss June, this is your twin?
No. Let's go back, rewind a little bit.
Yes, ma'am.
I found out from my white siblings that I am a twin.
Wow.
So.
Have you found the twin yet?
No, haven't. I'm still searching.
Wow. So how did they embrace you? Well, talk to us about how you discovered, okay, I actually do have family. They're Italian. How did they embrace you when they found out that you were part of them?
Well, once the roadshow, the genealogy roadshow, gave me the information, I held on to it for about a month.
Yeah.
And so I finally broke down and called a number that was on the report that they gave me, and it happened to be my sister, Nancy, and they were very warm, very receptive. They knew about us. They knew they knew about us biracial children that their mom had. So that made it easier.
Yeah.
That made it easier. So we all got together and met, and I'm kind of identical to my mother.
Wow.
When they see me, they look at me like, oh my God, you look just like Grandma. This
so
amazing.
So she raised them.
Oh yeah, she kept them. Her husband was something like 30-something years older than their dad.
Wow.
At the time.
The plot thickens. This is like a really interesting story here.
The plot thickened, and my sister Sigrid, the one that I met last year, she actually kept Sigrid. She tried to pass her.
What?
But come to find out, at 3 months, somebody came in the house one day and told her husband, "That's not her. Your baby. Look at that baby. That baby's black." And he told her, "Get rid of her." And she took her out and never came, and they never seen her again until I found her. Me and her connected in September.
Wow. So obviously you and your twin were given and your brother because maybe you were just
And
a little bit too
cigarette.
dark.
And
yeah.
cigarette.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
because initially you said she tried to pass her.
She tried to keep cigarette.